Hello Stampin' Friends, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper. I'd like to welcome you to my studio here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky. Today's project is going to be this Joy Fold card. It says, happy birthday, hooray for your 70th. I have two family members who are turning 70 this year, so this is what I am making for them. So you'll need supplies. We are going to be using the birthday celebration bundle. That is this one. It has all of these stamps. It also has all of these dies. Now I've already cut some things out, so I want to go ahead and show you those things. I've used this die with some Pretty in Pink to get a little pink flower. This one. I've used these little flowers with peach pie to get a couple of those, and then it makes leaves, cuts out leaves. So I've got two little leaves, two little green leaves. So those things I have already cut ahead of time. So those are all ready to go. Well, also this set has all these numbers, so you can make cards for any birthday. It has the stamps to go with that. So if you're doing the 21st birthday, you have the ST. If you're doing the 16th birthday, you have the TH. The 23rd, you've got the RD. The 2nd. So it has all the little stamps to go with all the numbers. So that's the stamps and dies we'll be using today. We'll be using the Wildflower birthday specialty DSP, and that is this one. It has a lot of nice designs in it, and it also, this DSP is designer series paper. It also has punch outs. So these pieces, there are 2 sheets of punch outs that will punch out all of these pieces as well. So we've got, like, there's a nice one there. We have this paper. This is what I'm using today. It's got a pretty pink plaid on the back. There's a green. They have gold foil imprinted in there. So there's cakes with gold, and there's some pretty striped paper on the back. You've seen that one. This is one that's similar to what I'm using, only it has more of a blue or green background. The one I'm using has more of the peach background, and it's got a green on the back. I think all of those you have seen. And then there are 2 of these pages that can be cut for tags, or you could use them for labels. There's different kinds of labels, so it's got lots of different pieces for your projects. Lots of pretty colors. So let's get started. We also will be using the gold foil sheets. I don't know if you've used these before. They're 12 by 12 sheets. We've got a little piece of that, and we'll be using rhinestone basic jewels, and we'll be using these party dots. So we've got a lot of little things we're using. You'll need some DSP. You'll need some cardstock. This is peach pie cardstock. It is, let's see what it is. It is 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then it's been scored at 5 1/2. So we have this little flap. We've got this piece of blueberry bushel, which is 2 3/4 by 8 1/2. And it is just scored at 4 1/4 and folded. We've got 2 pieces of basic white. These are 2 1/2 by 4, both of those. We've got this piece of designer series paper, which is the same size, 2 1/2 by 4. This is a piece of adhesive sheet. Now this is an old one. You won't see the names on the new one. And we have a 4 by 5 1/4 basic white, and a little 2-inch square of the gold. So the gold foil, the first thing that I'm going to show you that I did was to take off the backing off of this, and I stuck it onto the gold foil. So it's adhesive, it's a double-sided adhesive. And then I cut out my numbers that I needed. So I cut, you can see this has got that paper on the back, that adhesive, and then I cut out my 70. So I have those already cut out, and by using that, this adhesive, self-adhesive sheet, they become stickers, so you don't have to worry about glue, and glue and foil is not a good combination. So we are ready to go. We've got this piece. We're gonna go ahead and work on getting pieces ready for that. So we're gonna do some stamping. We're gonna take our big 4 by 5 1/4, that's the inside of our card. We're going to use the peach pie ink, and we'll use the banner stamp. And I am going to bring in a piece of scrap paper because I am going to stamp off the edges of this. So we'll just ink that up, and we're going to stamp it up here in the corner. There's our banner. And then this piece is actually ready to go in the card. So I'm just going to use my seal. Put that in the card. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the stamping. So we're going to bring these two pieces out. One is for the front of the card and one is for the inside of the card. On the front of the card, we will be stamping the happy birthday. And the birthday, it's a beautiful, I really love the font on the stamps. So this is the birthday and this is the happy. And we're stamping those in 2 different colors. So this is blueberry bushel. We're gonna stamp the birthday in blueberry bushel. Isn't that pretty? And then the happy is going to be in the pretty in pink. Now, if you wanted these the same color, you could mount them on the same block to use with the same color, but I wanted different colors, so there's that one. We're also going to put a soft sea foam, goodness, flower stem on here. So I've got the flower stem that I'm just going to stamp right up here in the corner. So there's the outside piece. Then on the inside, we're going to go back to that blueberry bushel. We're going to stamp hooray. And then in the pink, I'm done with that color. We will stamp for your, and I went ahead and put these, I want them in the same color, so I put them on the same block so I can stamp them one time. For your, and now I'm going to put those letters or those numbers on. So I've got the 70 here that I cut from that gold foil, and get these out of the way. I'm gonna get my take your pick tool because I need to pick off that protective adhesive sheet. So I need to get on something a little more secure. So you can see how that will come right off there. And then this now becomes a sticker. So this is ready to put on our card. So now we've got our 70. We're going to have the TH because it is the 70th birthday. We'll just stamp that down here. And we'll add a couple of little flowers. So we've got that same flower stem we used on the front. Just going to put one up here. And then I'm going to put another one right here. And then I'm going to use the flowers. There's a little flower and there's a little bud. And I'm going to use those in the peach pie. Get these out of the way. And we're switching to peach pie. So these now, I'm just going to add them to those stems. And pardon my head if my head gets in your way. And then the little bud is going to go on this stem. So there we go. There is our stamping. So now we are ready to continue with the assembly of this card. So we have the piece that is blueberry bushel, 2 3/4 by 8 1/2. We're going to, oops, sorry about that. I lost a stamp. We're going to score that at 4 1/4. We're going to fold that in half. Now this gets reversed, so our fold is going to be on the right-hand side. We're going to put our inside right in here. I'm going to just use a little bit of my seal. It's got a little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. That's the inside of our card. And then this is going to be the front of our card. I'm going to put that on right here. Remember, the fold is going on the right-hand side, which is backwards from what our cards usually fold. So we have happy birthday and we have the hooray. And we're going to bring our card face back in. We're going to add this piece of designer series paper to the front of this. And again, this has a little 1/8 of an inch border around. And now we're ready to put this piece in. And to do that, I'm going to use glue just in case I need to slide it. We're going to put the glue on the back. And then we're going to center it right in the center of this white panel. Sometimes I use glue, sometimes I use seal. It just depends on how much flexibility I need. So this now I'm going to center right in here. And now we open that and we put this inside, and there is the front of our card. So now we have these little pieces that we're going to add to the card. So on this little stem, I'm going to put some little mini dimensionals. I'm going to use all these pieces. Where are my mini dimensionals? There they are. All right, so I'm going to put one on the back of each of these flowers. Okay. And if the mini dimensionals are too large, you can always cut a little piece too and put just a little piece of a dimensional on. so now on the card, we are going to add this pink one up here on the stem. And then we also have, I have just one of the little tiny basic rhinestone jewels, and I'm going to add that to the top of that little flower. So we've got a little jewel there. Then I'm going to take these two little guys. These are the little leaves. I'm going to add just a little touch of glue to those. And I'm going to glue those over here on this side. And those two little, oops, that one wants to stay on my finger. All right. And then these two little peach flowers are going to go right there with those leaves. So we'll put one there, and we'll put the other one over here. And then the last thing we'll do is add our embellishments. So these are those party dots. We'll put a couple of these on, maybe one here, oops, and one here. I'm glad he didn't fly away, because they do that. All right, so now here's our card. I'm going to use this. This is a Velcro dot. Now these come, I get these online, and they come in sheets like this. And I just cut them apart. You know, I put the top and bottom together, and I cut them apart, and I cut them in half. So this is just a little half of one. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to take the side that has the, oh, it's got something on my finger there. Get rid of that. Okay, the side that has the fuzzy. I want to peel the back off the side that has the fuzzy. And I'm going to put that right here. Okay. And then I'm going to peel the back off the side, because I've got these two pieces already together. So I'm going to peel the back off the side that has the plastic part. And then I'll just close my card, and I'll press that down really well, so that it'll stick on the card. And the reason that I do it this way, and then I'll push that down, is that this piece is pretty clear, so you really can't see it as much. Now this you can really see. So I always try to put the fuzzy side over here where it's hidden, and then the more clear side over here. So this now will keep that card closed. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. If you have any questions for me, you can email me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. If you'd like to see more projects, I have a website. It is www.bluegrassstamper.com. If you hop over there, you'll see a little blue button that will pop up that says free tutorial. If you click on that and put in your name and email address, you'll get a free tutorial right then in your email inbox. And you'll also be signing up for my newsletter, which I send out a free tutorial each week. So you'll be sure to get those. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the project, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.